Welcome to this video. In this video I'm going to show you what is Padlet. Here's your Padlet commercial, just so you can see if this is something that you're interested in, something that you think you could use in class. But basically Padlet is a free digital tool. It's super simple to use. I would say, if I had to give it a definition, I would say it's an online collaborative bulletin board. And basically it's Pinterest. It's like a little mini Pinterest. With just a few clicks, you can kind of put a post-it note on a bulletin board. You can have text, you can have a title for your little post-it. You can link images, videos, YouTube videos, files. You could upload on your little post-it on your wall. You could put a Google Doc or a file that you have ready. You could record yourself with your video, with your camera on your Chromebook. You could also take a snapshot of yourself on your Chromebook, and so you could really just quickly post all sorts of things on a wall, which doesn't sound all that amazing, but let me show you some examples. So here's just a quick example. You might use it, there are all sorts of ways you could use it in the classroom, but here's a quick example of maybe an exit slip. Your wall just has a question, and every student can just quickly double click and type their answer to that question. Give some really quick feedback. You can have some discussions that way. Maybe you just want to use it as a discussion board and not a formative assessment or whatever. But basically, you could have a wall that all your students post to. You can use that in a couple different ways. For quick formative assessments, you might do something like this. Students could show their work for a problem. They could categorize things, put things into columns that they think they belong in, all sorts of things like that. So in your class, you could maybe have one Padlet that all your students are posting to. You might use Padlet as, instead of having a classroom Padlet that all the students are posting to in real time that everybody's looking at, you might have students create work as a Padlet to submit to you. So they could show you their understanding by organizing things into Padlet. Maybe they're doing a research project, and it's a great way to pin images and news stories and things. And so a student maybe as an assignment could make a Padlet to show their research or to brainstorm for their paper. Another great way is timelines. So maybe a student is to create a timeline for you. They could do that with a Padlet, submit that to you. This could also be collaborative between students. So a student can share, add another student as a collaborator. You could have 3 or 4 students all in real time posting to the same wall to create it collaboratively before they submit it to you. Here's one that I made. Maybe you just want like an ongoing word wall or just a mind map, and you can do that type of thing. You can have students organize. You can have them organize things in a way that makes sense to a student. Show me what you understand about this concept. How are these things linked? And so they could do that really quickly. And those are all just just a few examples. You could go on and on with a million ways to use this simple tool. But I think it's neat that you could use it, project it in your class and have students add to it in class while you're all watching as formative assessment, or you could have students create a project that then they submit to you, are two of the main ways you could use that. Now, it's very simple and it's free. It'll work great in a one-to-one environment. Students could even do it on their phones. So if that looks like something that's interesting to you, if you think that these are some ways that you would like to use it in class, stay tuned for the next video, and I'll show you how to log in, how to set it up for classroom use, and how to get going with Padlet.